Put simply, the gender pay gap is the difference in earnings between women and men, where women generally make less. In 2022, the gap reached its smallest point since data first started being collected in 1979, with full-time salaried women employees making approximately 84% of what men in similar roles made. But in 2023, the gap widened once again, the first significant widening of the gender pay gap since 2003. Quick history lesson. When the United States entered the Second World War in 1941, men were shipped overseas by the millions, leaving jobs on the home front. The U.S. government encouraged women to join the workforce. Ad campaigns like Rosie the Riveter urged women to believe we can do it. But not everyone was included. Many employers refused to hire black women during World War II. But in 1963, women made up just 1/3 of the workforce and were paid only 59 cents to every dollar a man made. That same year, the Equal Pay Act was signed into law by then-President John F. Kennedy, ensuring employees received equal pay for equal work, regardless of their sex. But the legislation wasn't a fix-all. In 1998, Lilly Ledbetter filed a discrimination lawsuit after she learned her employer was paying her less than men who were doing the same job.
I just could not believe that they would separate the female pay so far down the line away from my male peers.
Ledbetter's lawsuit made it all the way to the Supreme Court and the White House.
Accompanied by Mrs. Lilly Ledbetter.
The Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, signed into law by President Barack Obama in 2009.
I signed this bill for my daughters and all those who will come after us.
Some people may dispute this idea that the gender pay gap exists.
Yeah, many people will deny the gender pay gap is real, but it is representative of some of the systemic issues that women face in terms of equal opportunity in the workplace.
Ruth Thomas is a pay equity strategist at PayScale, a company that tracks salaries across industries.
The figures that we've been talking about today are the average pay gap. There is a different type of pay gap, which is called the controlled pay gap, and that measures equal pay for equal work.
Experts say many factors contribute to disparate pay, including the so-called motherhood penalty.
It still bears true that women have greater responsibility for caring and bearing children, and that impacts their ability to progress and gain equal pay in the workplace.
Also a factor, job type, or what some call occupational segregation.
You see women represented in certain industries that tend to be lower paid industries. And then we also have the concept of vertical segregation. And that is where women are more heavily represented in lower levels of the organization.
And there are major disparities based on race and ethnicity. As of 2022, while white women make around 83 cents to every dollar a white man makes, Asian American women make 93 cents, while black women make 70 cents, Hispanic women earn 65 cents, and Native American women make around 55 cents. How do we close the gender pay gap?
Well, as a workforce, if we're going to aim to close the pay gap, we need to think about some key factors. Affordable childcare, family leave policies, flexible working for all. Organisations really need to look at what's going on in their own organisation to be able to see where there are potential barriers that they're not aware of.
And that's the gender pay gap simply explained.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.